Search engine Google is to stop censoring internet search results in China, a move that may force it to shut down its Chinese website and offices there. It's a major shift for Google, which is seen to bow to Chinese authorities since it set up shop 4 years ago. It comes after the firm uncovered highly sophisticated cyber attacks last month on the Gmail accounts of Chinese human rights activists. Google said at least 20 other large companies had also been targeted. And here's what a spokesman from the company had to say.
Well, in mid-December, we discovered that Google had been the target of a very, very sophisticated cyber attack. And it seemed that the aim of that attack had been to target the Gmail accounts of activists who are involved in human rights in China. Now, we don't think that attack succeeded, but our investigation showed that it actually was much bigger than we first thought, that the attack involved, as well as Google, around 20 other big companies, and also using phishing scams and malware that they had managed to infiltrate the Gmail accounts of activists involved in human rights in China. We've decided to change our approach to China. These attacks on our system, as well as the surveillance exercise that we've discovered, has led us to believe that we should no longer agree to censor our results in China. So we're taking that new approach, and we're going to do a review of our business operations in China.
For more, I spoke to our correspondent in Shanghai, Chris Hogg, and asked him what the reaction might be from China.
No official reaction. We've been calling around the government ministries, and so far they're not saying anything publicly. I think they'll be angered, though, by the way that Google is doing this. The fact that what they are doing here is coming out publicly, complaining about this, saying that they're going to consider stopping their own censorship of the websites before they've actually sat down to discuss this with the officials, and I think that will anger the people here.
Now, they're saying at Google that it's quite a sophisticated cyber attack. Is that something that runs with you in your thinking?
I think it won't surprise anyone. I mean, certainly people here have been saying for a long time that China has the capability to launch these very sophisticated attacks. There have been complaints in the past that there have been attempts to hack Whitehall, the British government computers, the House of Commons, also attacks against the Pentagon. Of course, the difficulty is, and Google had stopped short of saying this is the Chinese government, and US officials, when they've complained in the past, have also not laid this at the government's door, but it's very difficult to tell who these hackers are, where these attacks come from. Is it the government, is it their proxies, or is it just freelancers?
For Google, though, if it does pull out of China, obviously we don't know on that particular issue yet, but it would be a big loss to the company, presumably.
Well, the online search engine market is worth about $1 billion here in China. It was $1 billion in 2009. It's growing fast, though. They're saying about $1.5 billion in 2010. Google, though, has about a third of that market, and that market share has been falling. So the company is saying it won't really make that much of a dent in their overall profits if they were to pull out of this country.